As the world navigates complex geopolitical challenges, the role of Secretary General of the United Nations has never been more critical. With pressing issues such as climate change, international security, and global health at the forefront, the need for effective leadership is paramount. Enter Mark Rutte, the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, whose tenure has been marked by decisive action and innovative solutions. Rutte has demonstrated a strong commitment to multilateralism, championing cooperation among nations and emphasizing the importance of shared goals. His experience in managing a coalition government and his ability to build consensus could prove invaluable in fostering collaboration within the UN. As discussions about potential candidates for this prestigious position continue, Rutte's unique blend of political acumen, diplomatic skills, and progressive vision positions him as a compelling choice. But is he the perfect fit for a role that demands not only vision but also the ability to navigate a complex global landscape? As NATO prepares to select its next Secretary General, the stakes could not be higher. With increasing global tensions and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, the new leader must possess not only experience but also a clear vision for the alliance's future. Mark Rutte, the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, stands out as a prominent candidate, especially with the upcoming summit in Washington. However, a thorough examination of his political history, leadership style, and the challenges facing NATO reveals both strengths and weaknesses in his candidacy. A proven diplomatic track record. One of Rutte's key strengths is his extensive experience in European politics. Serving as Prime Minister for over 16 years, he has navigated complex political landscapes and developed relationships with various European leaders. His ability to engage in dialogue and foster cooperation has been demonstrated through his role in the European Union. Rutte has participated in numerous high-stakes negotiations, which could be an asset when dealing with member states' differing priorities. Additionally, Rutte has shown a commitment to enhancing NATO's collective defense capabilities. His government has increased defense spending, aligning with NATO's goals to bolster military readiness in response to threats from Russia. This proactive approach signals his recognition of the importance of a strong military presence in ensuring Euro-Atlantic security. Number 1. Economic interests. Over common security. Despite these strengths, Rutte's track record raises significant concerns. His strong support for the Nord Stream project illustrates a prioritization of economic interests over collective security. By backing this initiative, Rutte contributed to Europe's increased energy dependence on Russia. At the launch of the second Nord Stream pipeline in 2012, he emphasized the need for international cooperation to secure energy supplies. However, this approach often sidelined the security concerns of NATO's eastern flank, undermining the alliance's cohesion. Moreover, Rutte's failure to advocate for the EU-Ukraine partnership deal in 2016 highlights a lack of commitment to the security of Eastern European nations. In an era of heightened tensions with Russia, NATO requires a leader who understands the geopolitical landscape and prioritizes the security needs of all member states. Number 2. Alliances based on political convenience. Rutte's perspective on alliances also raises red flags. His 2021 call for Hungary to leave the European Union due to controversial domestic legislation reflects a tendency to base alliances on political convenience. While Hungary's law sparked legitimate concerns, Rutte's suggestion to sever ties with an EU member was impulsive and counterproductive. Such an approach risks fragmenting NATO at a time when unity is critical for addressing common threats. In today's fragmented geopolitical scene, NATO's next leader must engage with all governments, regardless of their policies. This ability to foster dialogue and cooperation is essential for maintaining a cohesive alliance. Rutte's emotional judgments could alienate potential allies and hinder efforts to build consensus on vital issues. Number 3. A mediocre record on internal security. Rutte's internal security policies also warrant scrutiny. The Netherlands has become a hotspot for global drug trafficking and cybercrime, with Europol labeling Dutch criminal networks as some of the most dangerous in Europe. The Global Organized Crime Index further indicates that the Netherlands is at risk of becoming a center for transnational crime. This ongoing challenge raises doubts about Rutte's effectiveness as a leader, particularly when internal security is a fundamental concern for NATO. An effective NATO leader must address not only external threats, but also internal vulnerabilities. The current climate requires a robust strategy to combat crime and ensure the safety of member states. Rutte's failure to develop such a strategy could undermine his credibility as a candidate. Number 4. Commitment to a two-speed Europe. Rutte's commitment to a two-speed Europe also poses challenges. For over a decade, he has blocked Bulgaria and Romania's entry into the Schengen area, despite both countries meeting the necessary criteria. His recent shift in stance, seemingly motivated by his NATO candidacy, suggests a transactional approach rather than a principled one. This attitude could foster resentment among member states and complicate future negotiations. Additionally, Rutte's reluctance to support the enlargement of the European Union to include Ukraine and Moldova until 2030 indicates a lack of strategic vision for post-war European security. A leader of NATO must possess a forward-thinking mindset, one that embraces the importance of integrating new members to strengthen the alliance. Number 5. Lack of vision for NATO's future. Perhaps the most significant concern is Rutte's lack of a concrete plan for NATO's future. Since announcing his candidacy, he has focused more on campaigning than on articulating a clear vision for the alliance. In contrast to other candidates who have outlined their strategies and priorities, Rutte has remained vague about how he intends to navigate the complex challenges facing NATO. This lack of vision is particularly troubling in light of the pressing issues confronting the alliance. A comprehensive roadmap for Ukraine's integration into NATO and strategies to address the evolving security dynamics between the Euro-Atlantic and Indo-Pacific regions are essential for any candidate. Rutte's inability to articulate these plans raises doubts about his preparedness to lead. In summary, while Mark Rutte brings valuable experience and diplomatic skills to the table, his candidacy for NATO Secretary General is fraught with concerns. His prioritization of economic interests over collective security, emotional judgments regarding alliances, mediocre internal security policies, commitment to a two-speed Europe, and lack of a clear vision for NATO's future all pose significant challenges. As NATO navigates an increasingly complex geopolitical landscape, it requires a leader with a robust strategic vision, unwavering commitment to collective security, and the ability to foster unity among member states. In the end, the selection of the next Secretary General will significantly impact NATO's ability to address current and future challenges. Rutte's track record raises essential questions about whether he is the right choice to lead the alliance during these turbulent times. The future of NATO may depend on finding a candidate who embodies the qualities necessary to navigate the complexities of modern security and maintain the cohesion of this vital alliance. As the debate over the next NATO Secretary General intensifies, Mark Rutte's candidacy presents a compelling yet contentious case. His extensive political experience and diplomatic skills are undoubtedly assets in a world fraught with geopolitical complexities. However, significant concerns regarding his prioritization of economic interests, inconsistent alliances, and lack of a clear vision for NATO's future raise important questions about his suitability for the role. In a time when unity and strategic foresight are critical for the alliance's success, the next leader must be someone who can effectively address both external and internal challenges. As we contemplate the future of NATO, it's essential to weigh these factors carefully. What are your thoughts on Mark Rutte's candidacy? Do you believe he is the right choice for NATO's leadership? We'd love to hear your opinions. Please like, comment, and share this article to keep the conversation going.